Warning, the following broadcast contains strong opinions, playful antics, and controversial topics causing off-the-rails fun. Chances for being offended are higher than average for sensitive people. Viewer discretion is not advised. Live a little and have some fun.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Coach's Box. This is episode number 120.
Wow.
Man, has it been that long?
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. Mm-hmm. So with me tonight, we have Coach Riley Blair.
This has been episode 46 of Off the Rails Media.
I'm doing the math over there.
46
I can't do that kind of quick math.
Off the Rails Media.
Maybe we should have a 50th anniversary show.
Yeah, it could. It's coming up.
Yeah, we could just make it now. And then we have also, wearing purple, Zac McVey.
Yeah.
In the St. Pius the 10th. Purple.
I know. I didn't pick the shirt. Just don't even start.
Uh-huh.
We are a little light tonight.
Hey, it says head coach across that forehead.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, I just turned a hat. It says
decisions.
Under Armour.
Oh,
So,
same difference.
Jason Jarvis is not with us right now. He had to coach some JV football, and then I believe had to watch his daughter play varsity volleyball.
Varsity.
Isn't that
varsity,
nice?
Chris?
Yeah,
Isn't
varsity.
that nice?
Varsity, yeah.
Wow, that's
I know.
impressive. Congratulations to Jillian.
Yeah, right?
Great job. Great job.
Man, when
Chris, do you think that's going to turn over into, say, the wintertime?
You might have to ask her head coach. I don't know.
we might already have a conversation, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Conference.
Maybe.
So we are at Case and Buck's Grub and Pub in Barnhart, Missouri. This is, as you can see at the top, this is a pre-recorded show. And by the time this thing airs, it will actually be the last day with the Case and Buck's owner. They are selling, they sold Case and Bucks to Smoking Brothers, so we hope that there's still a lot of information out there. So we're hoping that maybe we could continue doing the show here. I don't know if anybody knows if it's going to stay Case and Bucks or not, but it has been sold, and I think Wednesday, which is today as you're watching this,
Yes.
is the last day for the Case and Bucks that you probably know.
So you better get here and get some wings ASAP.
Oh my gosh, I did. I got a bunch of them while ago.
You never know, but Dave, the owner of Case and Bucks here, he's a phenomenal man and has done a lot of great things with this business. I mean, the remodel that he did about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, really just made this place phenomenal in here, and we hope that they continue to keep the same menu and everything.
There's like
else.
55 appetizers.
Yes, if you have never been here, you need to make your way here for sure on Wednesday after you see that our show is being aired, live, and as soon as that happens, you can just come on up here and enjoy the last evening of Case and Bucks. Maybe we can get Dave to put it on the big screen here for Wednesday night. Maybe
we might try, but actually, right behind us, we've got the rain-delayed Cardinals playing, and
You're doing pretty good right now.
by the way, which have been Sunday night baseball for all you all watching on Wednesday, but Bro Neal come through finally.
Yes,
and our group message was just blowing up. Jarvis had already made a text and had it typed up before O'Neill hit that home run. So I was just assuming he was just going to erase it if he didn't come through. But O'Neill has just homered, so maybe he'll get going. That'd be great for the Cardinals.
It would be.
But real quick, we'll recap a little bit. We had a very, I'd say, kind of a busy week last week for us. We had a show Wednesday, Coach's Box. We had our new show, which is On the Move at the Caravan Football Preview with Jim Powers.
Yes.
We aired that Thursday. And we had a Between the Lines Friday Night Football broadcast at St. Pius X. Me and Zach manned that one. So
another phenomenal job by the both of you. I mean, gosh, I mean, I watched it again. I watched it again on Saturday. You know,
Scouting.
Well,
Scouting.
Not necessarily. I just watched it laying in bed late at night, and I thought it was a phenomenal job of you guys. I mean, minus Chris is a little bit of mixture terminology, you know, maybe. But other than that, I mean, I thought it was a great job.
Clean the glass. Got to get those boards.
I'm just. What
Box
did I
out.
mix? I didn't do
Box out.
Wasn't that bad?
No.
The worst part was
the New Madrid Fault.
The New Madrid Fault apparently. Well, it's kicking in right now because we just had some
kiddos just run by here.
Running by. It's a bar, damn it. But just the same thing as you guys just saw, the camera shaking a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of foot traffic up there on the top of the press box. So our cameras were a little shaky in that first half. There was a few things tried to do, and then the second half we got it lined out.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't the best, but we did see some things that we can fix for the future. But the Brentwood fans who watched were fantastic.
Yep.
We had some really positive comments on the broadcast, which is nice. I mean, and again, we don't do this to make any money. I mean, I don't call anybody and say, hey, we're going to do these football games.
Can you sponsor that?
Can you send us some money for it? It's like, no. I mean, we take our regular sponsors, our year-long sponsors, and if we have a chance to fill in with anybody else, because there's not a lot of times just to put in unless you're talking about halftime and things like that. But, yeah, we wanted to make sure that this is free to people to watch, and if you couldn't be at the game because you had whatever going on, or if you live far away, you had that opportunity.
Right.
And I'll go ahead and address it. We had a couple of comments on our show last week, a couple being a few, about how us broadcasting games for free hurts the market and hurts the schools and hurts the gate. I'm going to tell you right now, the St. Pius X had quite a few people there for their home opener.
Right.
I don't think the gate was hurt in any stretch of the imagination.
Well, I can tell you at Herculaneum, I've been at Herculaneum 17 years now.
God, you're old.
And, you know, I've been doing the gate for 12 years at Herculaneum High School on Friday nights, and this is by far the busiest I've ever seen Dugan Memorial Field on a Friday night. And so I can guarantee you that none of that hurt the gate at Herculaneum. I don't know anybody else, but you know, I was talking to a couple other different people from around the area. I mean, up in the city, and talking to a couple guys that I know that there, and said that the crowds were unbelievably bigger than they've ever been, and that has to go with because I mean, here's the thing. These people have been told they can't go to things for the last 3 years. People are going to get out and do things. People are going to go out and watch these games, regardless if it's on a broadcast live or not. People are still going to go and watch. They may go and watch your broadcast after the fact.
If they can.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly right. But the point we're making is here, none of what we did the Friday night with the Coach's Box and Off the Rails Media, none of that affected the gate at that location. None of it.
No, not a bit.
None of it.
And
I mean, you said it, and even on our comments on our show, a bunch of people from Brentwood that wasn't able to make the trip down was able to watch the game live and be able to participate in some comments, maybe talk about it, or be able to watch their grandson or granddaughter do it, whatever, cheer on the sidelines. It doesn't matter. All of that was there, and I think that's, to me, is what it's about. Regardless of the hurting the gate or whatever, those people probably weren't going to go anyway. At the end of but now they get to be able to watch it live, and participate in it.
I'll go one step further and say it could be live, but I would say as a parent, as a grandparent, as a family member, whoever, right? It's about the replay.
Yeah.
Because unless you're the kid and the program's using Huddle, you're probably not getting any type of actual game.
No.
And game coverage or, an opportunity to rewatch. And so there were a couple plays in the St. Pius Brentwood game that I would be willing to bet, man, I want to rewatch that to see what actually happened or to see why a play was called the way it was. Because there was one for St. Pius that calling it, I thought it had to have been a touchdown. They wound up calling it back, saying that the player was out of bounds. And I thought from our vantage point, he was clearly inbounds. And then,
apparently from the end zone camera, it should have been a touchdown.
Yeah,
because he hit the pylon.
Right? And so I went back and I got to try and find this and try and watch it again just to see what. And so you're going to see that, or you're going to see, hey, like what we have with our broadcast, about a little over 100 or so watching live, but then we get twice as many on the next several days. I mean, it's Monday right now. We're going to broadcast it whenever Chris is going to broadcast this show, but we had twice as many viewers on the replay because, hey, I want to see what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that, I mean, again, we enjoy doing it. It's not easy or anything, and we are giving up Friday nights. And normally, though, we'd be there watching the game. I mean, me and Zach both work at St. Pius, and we do enjoy supporting the home team, especially whenever they have the home games.
Absolutely.
It's very convenient for us. But, in a few weeks, we're going to be broadcasting the St. Pius Herculaneum game there. Mm-hmm. And last year we did Herculaneum Perryville. Mm-hmm. So...
Well, even next week we're going to do St. Pius Grandview with the military week.
Right.
So that's going to be a big event there, and so there's going to be people that maybe all over the area, military service people that might want to see, hey, what did they do? How did St. Pius and Grandview honor the veterans? Since we're going to have Veterans Day coming up, relatively soon.
Yeah,
in a little while.
I mean, so it's for me. I mean, It was a lot of fun. It was great. It was great the feedback that we got from everybody who watched. And again, the technical issues are just something they were way out of our control. We did everything we could to try to fix them, but just the fact that people were able to. I mean, somebody even said that they're hoping that somebody watches this to recruit their son, and they weren't from St. Pius; they were from Brentwood.
Right.
And it's great. I mean, that's something that we would like for them to do.
Yeah. And that's why we one of the reasons why I think we all wanted to start this, and I know, you guys starting this when COVID hit, something, at least for our show right now, to say, hey, let's do something while COVID had hit, but branching out and saying, let's do something else, that's exactly one of the reasons why we wanted to do this. Hey, if it gets a name out, if it gets a face out, if it gets plays out, you got to get film out there. And you cannot do that ever behind an app or behind a paywall.
No.
Or an app where you're going to have to pay a monthly fee or an annual fee. And that's not what we believe in, as coaches. And we're, like you said, we're never going to put anything behind a paywall.
Well, and here's the biggest thing. Like, as coaches, we all are, you look at the overall big picture of what it takes for a kid to be recognized. Now, granted, if a kid's at that level, they're going to be recognized anyway. People are going to come watch and play. But those kids that are maybe on that range of maybe a Division II, Division III, maybe an opportunity to play go JUCO or NAIA, those coaches may be watching this broadcast or that broadcast and say, hey, I really like that kid. That kid, plays really hard. Hey, I'm going to go watch that video because I know that they were on that video or whatever. Or for the fact they may watch our video and say, man, I really like that kid. I'm going to go down and watch him play live. So I think it's just more of an opportunity to get kids exposure, which in the real scheme of things as coaches, that's what it's about, giving our kids the best opportunity to have success. And, I firmly believe that it does make a difference. I've seen it happen. I've had, some some other avenues that earlier in a few years ago that, I have coaches call me about, ask me about a student, and, hey, absolutely say, hey, I saw you on this broadcast, or I saw you on that broadcast, or whatever. And to me, that shows you right then and there that people watch this stuff. And they may not watch it live, they may watch it if it's available down the road. And that's the key. It's not available for everybody unless you put it free. And give it an opportunity for people to watch it.
And here's the crazy part. So we're partnered with Streamline Sports, which is also partnered with the Maritime Sports.
Yes.
And my contact told me that they had so much traffic Friday night from people watching on the streams.
Nice.
He's like, it was a great problem to have. He said it definitely addressed problems we had on our end that we need to fix. But when you're looking at it from that standpoint, and you're like, well, is this worth it? Is it going to take off? For him to tell me that, and I don't even know, he's still working to find out how many viewers we had, because they're trying to get their analytics from the other shows and things, or other games and things like that. So when we see that, I mean, I'm really excited about it, because just like if you look at one of the things that Jim Powers, who's a friend of the show, and he's partnered with Dan McLaughlin, and they do Scoops with Danny Mac. And the purpose behind that is to make sure that high school sports do not end up behind a paywall. There's a lot of avenues and outlets that charge to view content, to read content, and we have enough stuff that we're paying for as it is. Groceries.
And I think the biggest thing that you talk about, and here's, I know some of us don't like the avenue of way Misha goes about with the postseason stuff.
Really?
But you know what? I'll tell you. Here's the thing. We give an opportunity throughout the entire season where people can watch these kids participate in whatever sport or activity they do, and you can watch it for free anytime. Now, when it comes to postseason, I totally understand that, because it's a Misha affiliated event where
it's their tournament.
It's theirs. They run it. So I totally, if they want to charge for it, by all means, that's perfectly fine with me. Do I like it? No, but that is their prerogative. They're in charge of that. So I get it. So a lot of people say, well, Misha does it for the postseason. Say they charge $10 to watch it or whatever. Yes, they do. But here's the thing: they're in charge of that. If they didn't want that team involved, they could just say, hey, you're ineligible because you don't want to participate in it, whatever. So I think it goes to say that what you do throughout the regular season is important, because people watch that stuff, and then they go and watch maybe those postseason games where you got some, high quality teams going against each other. Hey, I want to go watch that kid play against that kid, because both those two kids are very comparable, and I'm looking at both of them. I want to see how they play against each other. And I think it's just it's a camaraderie of looking at the whole impact of being available at any time. Our stuff is available at any time on YouTube.
Yeah.
As long as you subscribe to us, you're free, which is free. You can watch us at any point in time.
Does free have a cost?
No, it's free. Free. But, the biggest thing about it that I like about it is if I want to stop in the middle of the broadcast and go eat dinner, I'll come back and watch it in 5 minutes.
Will it cost you anything to pick it up and watch?
No. And it knows exactly where I just watched it. I just push pause and boom, go right back to it.
The Google machine that runs YouTube knows everything. Well, and it should kind of piggyback off of that. I know we're kind of on a rant here about this, but at the same time, this is something that's near and dear to our hearts, because we do this because we enjoy it. Yes. We started doing the show because there wasn't any sports, and we enjoyed talking about sports, hanging out. This show is about four guys hanging out, talking about sports, and ripping on each other.
Yes, it is.
And we'll talk about anything we want to, because
we'll rip on anybody we want to.
We will rip on anybody.
You come on the show.
Yeah, you come on the show. You're fair game.
Hey, if it's okay, you can come on, and Jarvis will let you borrow some of his sand.
No way.
Where is
I
he?
don't want any sad.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Where is he? Hold on. Is that what it is?
What?
He's not here because he's
No, he's
burnt.
He's he's coaching JV football, and his daughter's playing varsity volleyball. So
he's busy.
I totally
Varsity
get
volleyball.
it.
Varsity.
Great
varsity.
for her. I'm so proud of her.
Varsity.
I'm sure I'll hear all about it
I'm
tomorrow.
sure you will, and in the group message.
Yeah,
so that's just one of those things that we're pretty passionate about, and to address some other stuff because there was a lot of stuff that was said.
Yes.
We hear things. We got 2 ears, and it's okay. We appreciate the trolls. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to tell you right now, I love there are so many. If you want to follow us on TikTok, I swear, if you want to get some good comments, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I could have told you that. I don't need any kind of special platform to do that. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I have an opinion just like everybody else. But everybody's got a butthole just like they have an opinion.
How long have you been? How long have you been in this market?
In this what? In
this market that we were basically
coaching?
Yes. How long? You been
it's like 17, 18 years now.
So do you know about this market?
Yeah, I kind of have an idea.
How long you been in this market?
A little longer than him.
So about 19 years. Okay, so 19 years. So 17 years, 19 years. Perfect. So you can tell me we don't know about this market? I guarantee you we know this market. If there's anybody that doesn't know this market, Jason's another one avenue.
He's been here like 40 years.
He's been there maybe 60 years.
Jason knows more than everybody else. Age comes wisdom.
But here's the thing. I took a little bit of offense to that comment because, you know what? I'm not from here. I get it. Neither of you. I don't know if you're from here or not. Yeah. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. The point that I'm making is we know this area. The comments that were man-made, I don't know that you don't know me. How do you know what I know and what I don't know?
You don't know me.
Have you talked to me about it? No, you haven't communicated anything with me. So don't tell me I don't know the market. I've been here long enough to know. I know this market. Come on. I don't work here every day.
But that's the thing, man. I enjoy I don't read all the stuff that people say. Because there's a lot of stuff, especially on TikTok. Yeah. Good God.
So you don't have enough hours in the day.
No.
You'd be in trouble if you had...
Well,
you'd be in trouble if you read every single thing that everybody said about you on TikTok.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give a rat's ass. I swear I don't. I don't care.
We know.
But it's fine. But the thing is I appreciate differences in opinion.
Sure.
I really do.
There's a phrase, right? It's called, we can agree to disagree. Right?
And I'm totally fine with that. You present a valid argument, I will listen to your side, and then I'll do it. So
rebuttal.
Instead of making comments last week as these are coming in, which it's one thing to say it on TikTok. It's another thing just to kind of go on our show and say, which is fine. If you want to go back and watch episode 119, it is on YouTube for free.
It's for free.
Yeah, it's free. It's not behind a paywall or any crap like that.
Yes.
So you can go and look and see. But one of the things too is there was a comment that was made about putting your personal information out for thieves and scammers, grammar excluded.
Yes.
But we don't ask the personal information that we would even remotely ask you for is for our Cardinals ticket contest. I threw it up on the screen.
Hey.
And
hold on, time out.
September 7th.
Wait, I know I'm simple.
You're simple.
But is that costing us any money?
No, matter of fact, Zach, on the graphic it says for free.
Okay.
So basically, you can follow the QR code, scan it. All you need to put in is your name. You could put your first name and your last name initial, your email address, and a phone number to reach you at. That's it. I don't want your credit card number, your social security number, the city you were born in, firstborn, or anything like that. No, I don't want that. We don't ever ask for that. And that's again, we're partnered with Streamline Sports. We have our videos on YouTube. If it looks like a sketchy thing on one of our broadcasts, how about this? Don't watch it. Don't click on it. Ask about it. Hey, is this? And I've had since I've been at St. Pius and we've done St. Pius live and broadcasted games, there's been posts put on there that we're going to be broadcasting a game, and all of a sudden you get this very sketchy looking or a CBS Sports looking thing that pops up and saying to click on this link for the game. I just immediately delete it. Mm-hmm. I've had somebody message me and say, hey, is this... No, it's not legit. Please don't do it. I mean, you got to use a little common sense with it, but at the same time, we're not asking for your information. We're not putting you in a situation to be... It's dangerous to watch our show. It's dangerous.
Well, it could be, depending on what some of these guys say, but no.
Right.
Well, now, wait a minute. But we want to...
Jason Jarvis.
Jason Jarvis. That's what I was thinking about.
Chris Miller.
Yeah, probably. So we want to make sure that everybody knows that you're 100% safe watching our stuff. I mean, again, exercise a little common sense and you're fine.
Yes.
Totally fine.
Yes. And, the other thing that you kind of hit it a little bit, but, scammers are going to scam you no matter if you put your information out there or not. Your information is out there regardless if you put it out there or not.
Boys,
so
Pujols just hit a home run.
Yes!
Yay! Pujols just hit a home run.
Woo!
Nice.
You can see it up here.
Yeah. Tape delayed, baby.
Tape delay. Attaboy.
Attaboy. Hey, which brings us to a topic that we're going to wind up talking about later on in the show. Why is he not playing every day?
Yes, I totally agree.
I don't know, Zach. I don't manage the Cardinals, so I can't tell you.
What do you think, Chris? We take a little bit of a break. We come back after a few commercials and maybe talk a little bit about Albert Pujols and maybe the St. Louis Cardinals and where they're at.
Well,
what do you think?
I guess we can do that.
What do you think?
Yeah, might as well. All right, hey, you guys are watching. It's not Off the Rails Friday Night Football or anything here.
Between the lines.
I butchered that all night long.
You figured at some point he might have just said, hey, Zach, would you mind doing it?
No, Chris, we're going to go to commercial break.
Between the courts of the lines of football Friday night.
Lines and segments and rays and trapezoids and all this other stuff.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, we'll be right back.
Between the triangles.
I'm the latest hashtag challenge, and everyone on social media is trying me. I'm trending so hard that hashtag common sense can't keep up. This is gonna get tens and tens of views. But if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, you could be left to pay for this yourself.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
New at Case & Buck's, all-you-can-eat soup and salad all day, every day. Choose from homemade soups like tortellini, loaded steak, green pepper, and many more. 7095 Metropolitan Boulevard in Barnhart, Missouri, just off 55. See our full menu at caseandbucksbarnhart.com.
Hi, I'm Fran Tarkenton, Hall of Fame quarterback and founder of Tarkenton Financial. And this is my good friend and partner, Brian Waits, founder of Waits Financial Services.
Thanks, Fran. At Waits Financial Services, we believe in educating our clients, providing courteous service, and helping every person we work with create a winning game plan for their retirement.
Retirement is a lot like football. You need a solid game plan and great teammates in order to achieve success. That's why I started Tarkenton Financial, to help educate people about their choices and connect them with advisors I trust. And Brian is one of my trusted partners.
I'm here to help you meet your financial goals, minimize your tax burden, and ensure that you have income guaranteed for life. Let's get to work on your retirement game plan.
Call Brian Waits at Waits Financial Services today. You'll be glad you did.
You
aren't looking for a cookie cutter experience with your agent. You are looking for someone who is going to go above and beyond or think outside the box. You are looking for someone who is going to be there for you no matter what, and someone who is going to walk you through the entire process. My name is Kelly Kaufman with Gateway Real Estate, and my passion is the people I work with. Real estate is personal. A home is not just the four walls, it's the people who live there and the memories you share. That's why I focus on the people I serve and make them a top priority throughout the entire process. I'm there for you. No matter what your budget is, no matter where you are, and no matter how long it takes, I will be there with you every step of the way. If you are looking for an agent who cares about you and will do everything to make sure you are taken care of, give me a call, 314-221-6090.
No time to eat in? No problem. Don't feel like cooking? We'll do it for you. Need wings for your party? TJ's Bar and Grill has got you covered. TJ's is a local mom and pop establishment in Peevely, Missouri, known for their own homemade pizza sauce, barbecue sauce, and their famous TJ's wing sauce. Open 7 days a week, they are family friendly, biker friendly, and locally owned. Come by or order by phone with your credit card at 636-475-3648. TJ's Bar and Grill. We're glad you stopped by. Make Vacations by Michael your first choice for adventure. So call Michael Hicks today, 314-496-6122.
I have a question about my listing price.
Updating listing to Lizard Heights.
No, listing price.
Wizard Kites.
Can I talk to a real human agent, please?
All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Coach's Box. This is a pre-recorded show. We do have a new show that we are airing. It'll be coming out on Thursdays. It is On the Move with the Caravan football preview with Jim Powers. Jim will be joining me via Zoom call, and we're going to be previewing some highlighted games for each week of football and reviewing some of the big scores from the week before, and should be a lot of fun. We make sure we try to load it up with a lot of information and spotlight some of these great programs and great players. I know that Jim puts a lot of thought and effort into this to make sure that happens between covering schools in Jefferson County and St. Louis County and City. So I've seen the list of matchups. I think there's going to be some really good ones. I think it's going to be a pretty exciting thing to watch. So tune in Thursday. We put it out around noon, so that way you got some time to digest it a little bit and keep you fresh on your mind as you go into the Friday night games. Riley, if I turn you on, you can talk.
If you turn him on.
Yeah, my bad.
Well, okay, turn him on.
When you're talking about that.
I didn't mean to turn you on. It's a Dave Bowie song.
Yeah, did he? So, you're talking about
Family
that,
show.
and I'll tell you, there's probably nobody better in St. Louis area that knows more about high school and local sports than Jim Powers. I mean, there's a reason why he's on Fox 2 on Friday nights talking about local sports and prep sports.
Is he on Fox 2 on Friday night?
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
yes, he
I'll tell
is.
you.
10:10 p.m. every Friday night.
If you watched last week's episode, he kind of big-timed us and told us about that.
Yes, he did.
Hey, I don't know if you know or not, but I'm on Fox.
It's like, well, that's great, Jim. Good for you.
I tell you, I mean, that guy knows his prep sports, and not only just football, not only basketball, baseball, whatever. I mean, he's dissecting all the way down to tennis. He knows all about soccer. I mean, anything and everything in, prep sports, he has an eye for. So, we're glad to have him a part of Off the Rails Media and, On the Move with the Caravan and his preview every week. And that means something to a lot of people, when that guy gets involved and people listen. Because he does know his stuff, and he's been around the area a long time, and he's very well known.
Yo.
He's been around, yeah. So make your way over to Case and Buck and say a big farewell to Dave and all the things he's done here at Case and Bucks. And I think that Dave will be here around 6:30, they said. And so come on out. And
should be a big party.
Yes, it will be a big party here.
From everything I've heard, Dave throws big parties.
Yes, he does. And there's probably a ton of people that will be in this house. So if you want to get here, you better get here early and get yourself a table. I know this place will be booming. It was tonight, and it's kind of airing out a little bit now. It's getting a little bit later in the evening, but I guarantee you Wednesday night will not be a slow time. And we want to say thank you to Dave for everything that he's been able to give us to be able to do this show here, air this show here a couple times here now. And then,
as our sponsor.
Yes, and he sponsors us. And so, and what he's done for this business, for this community, for this area. And this place is a phenomenal place. And if you have never had their wings, make sure you join them here on Wednesday night. And just have some Case and Bucks wings. I mean, there's nothing better than trashed Case and Bucks wings, I can tell you.
Trashed and sauced.
Oh, yes. Nobody better.
So, Chris, when you talk about sponsoring, do we charge a lot for this show?
No, Zach, we really don't.
How much do we charge?
Do you have that? Have that available? And tell people about it.
Okay, well, I guess I'll do that. So we charge $25 for the first month to get you started, and it's $15 a month after that. I think if the math serves me right, it's
$190.
It's like $190 for a year.
For a year?
For a year.
Not like a month.
No, not a month.
And I think you maybe mentioned it a couple times before, but $190 sponsors an entire year of the Coach's Box and Off the Rails Media and anything we do with Off the Rails Media. And, everybody always asks, man, how are you guys giving away free Cardinals tickets all inclusive? Man, how is that happening, Chris?
Well, you know why? Because we just want to.
We want to give
we just
back.
Want to.
Like, here's the thing. Yeah. We appreciate everybody watching our show, and having an opportunity to watch our show for free. We think, you know what? The more people that watch our show, we want to give back to the people that support us. Mm-hmm. The people that have supported us over the years that we've been doing this, 46 episodes with Off the Rails Media, 74, that prior to that. So I think that the most important thing that you look about it is, here's the thing. We give back to the people that give to us. And I think as part of a guy that's been in business long enough, I think that's the most important thing. When you give people to give to you, you got to give back to the people that gave to you over the time. And I think that's tremendously what we have done with this Cardinals all-inclusive tickets.
Yeah.
And
that's the other thing about another reason why we're never going to put anything behind a paywall, because it doesn't make any sense for our sponsors to have not only them pay, but then also have other people pay to get their commercials.
Yes.
And it's just not.
So
it's not right.
So if you think about it, I mean, it's like if you go and buy if you go and get a copy of the leader, how much does the leader cost?
Free, I believe.
I don't believe it costs anything.
It is free. You know what they use to pay? Advertisements.
Yes.
Now, it isn't like we have a jillion sponsors,
but if you would like to sponsor,
that's right,
you can.
That's right.
We would love to have you.
So darn cheap. But there's a reason why it's cheap. It's because we understand the economy. We understand, especially with our small businesses around here in Jefferson County, that times are tough. We want to make sure that we are never putting anybody in a position to make tough decisions financially with their business.
Right.
My mother is a small business owner. I think a lot about what she goes through when I make decisions about this show when it comes to advertisements. And we've had those conversations as a group to make sure that we're not ever going to try to I think it came up a long time ago. What about subscriptions payable? No, we are 100%. Everybody is saying, no, we don't want to do that. And there's a reason why. Because we don't feel like it's conducive for our sponsors, like Zach said. I don't think it's conducive for our fans who watch. And it's definitely not conducive for anybody else. I mean, it's just not. It's not something that we feel is is going to work out.
It's not sustainable for us. It's not sustainable for our philosophy
and this is just something fun we do.
Content.
Well, let's be real here. We enjoy doing this because we like having fun, and that was the sole purpose of this show. So we're going to continue with that, and we're going to have fun. We're not going to charge people an arm and a leg to be a part of our show and our sponsorship. And we want to make sure that our fans get an opportunity to watch our content with Off the Rails Media, as well as our shows, all for free. We always say for free, just like the commercial, but we are. That's why we do it.
But you look back, and the people that have sponsored us are people that always look back and say, hey, I'm going to give to this local business or this local show because I see what they do for the local community. And, if I'm going to sponsor an event, I was a local business owner for a few years, and, I was a firm believer in, everybody says, well, what's my return on investment on it? What am I going to get out of that? Like if I give you $25, I'm hoping that I get maybe one person to recognize my show or my business on your show. And if all it takes is one person to contact me, and my $25 has basically, I got a return on my investment.
Well, chances are, out of the 4 of us or the 6 of us that are involved in the show, we're probably going there and spending our own money anyway.
Yes. Or we know those people, and maybe they are people that we deal with on a daily basis. Right. And that's the thing, is like, it's not something that maybe we kind of just know the person. We basically, all of our sponsors know who we are and know what we are about. And I think, to me, that's what it's all about. Like our show and our, Off the Rails Media, we're about giving back to the community and giving back to the kids that we support. And now we don't just support St. Pius X and Herculaneum Black Cats. We support all of Jefferson County and maybe even St. Louis County at times. We want to give back to the people that have given to us over the years. And that, to me, that's what it's about. As a local business, if you're interested in giving back to your local community, this is a perfect example of giving $190 for a whole year of sponsorship for you to be able to give back to your community. Because
for a year.
We're giving
not a month.
Not a month. Well, yeah, exactly. We're doing all of this for free. Like our time is free. We're not making $1 off of this. No. Have you got $1?
I'm trying to get Chris over there to stop spending money.
Zach's like,
please stop financial advisor over there. Please quit.
Zach's pseudo-financial
Otherwise,
advisor.
hey, you know what? He might have to start charging $400, $500 a month. Like,
we don't want to have that happen.
No.
Chris, stop spending money. Okay, so, but
I'm just trying to make sure we have great value, okay?
Well, I appreciate that, Chris. I do greatly appreciate that. Value is important.
Listen, I don't mind having this show with a single camera in the St. Pius X press box, like we did the first time we ever did a show on our own.
It was a good show, by the way.
It was a lot of fun.
It was.
Except that we had, darkness for the first however many minutes.
Had some guy come up all on top of the rails telling us what we needed to do.
Oh, you didn't click on it. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. And, the crazy part is up until about a year ago, I had no idea how to do any of this crap.
No.
Not a bit. I'm like, I just want to
go to the fire, man.
Just want to go on there and just start talking. So, hey, thank God. You talk about YouTube. YouTube's great. I learned a lot of crap watching YouTube.
Yes.
And, and asking questions and the little message boards and stuff and say, hey, what do I do this and how do I do that? And people are just like, you're a noob. But okay, great, thanks. I already know.
Here's what I want to say, and I want our sponsors to reach out and maybe even comment on our shows.
I don't know if they watch.
But, I guarantee you they do.
I know a couple of them. They're like, I got things to do.
When they watch our show, I guarantee you they're going to tell us there's a reason why they sponsored with us. There's a reason why they sponsor. One,
it's cheap.
It's cheap. Okay, and
number one.
And number two, they know who we are. Like, there's a personal, relationship that they've had with some of us, maybe not all of us, but they know some of us, and I think that, to me, that's what business is all about. Like, you build relationships with people to help you maybe run your business or run your whatever you're doing, and I think I mean, that goes to same thing as us as coaches. We build relationship with these kids, and that we get the most out of these kids because of the relationships we build with them every day. So it's not like it's rocket science. Like we're not recreating the wheel here. We're basically doing what's always been done. We're just doing it for free. Like we're giving back to the people that have given to us. All these sponsors that are sponsoring us. We've helped along the way. Maybe we've coached their kid, or maybe we've known their family, or maybe we've frequently visited their business, or maybe they've helped us, maybe buy a house or sell a house or whatever. So there's so many things that we do that maybe don't go noticed then, but now you're getting noticed by people supporting us as far as what we do.
Well, and it's funny, though, that you mentioned about our sponsors knowing us and how cheap it is. I'm pretty sure that Sean Wiley at Allstate gets all of his money back in about a month and a half because of my insurance. So I think he's okay.
Yes.
And that's the same with anybody. So again, if you know anybody who's interested in sponsoring, and if you don't, that's okay. But you just make sure you let them know. It's $25 to start. It's $15 a month after that.
And I will tell you this, Chris and Zach, and I know Jason would, and even Kevin and Jim, they all say, there's not $1 bill that we've ever made off of this.
No.
$1 bill that we've. I mean, honestly,
we've only had somebody buy our food like twice.
So but the point I'm trying to make is, guys, we don't want your sponsorship money for us. We want your sponsorship money to be able to give back to the community, give back to the people of Jefferson County, St. Louis County, maybe even St. Francis County. Because here's what I'm talking about. Like, we want to see the best for our kids, our community. We live here for a reason. Mm-hmm. We want to give back to the people that gave them to us. And as coaches, a lot of people say, man, you don't make anything coaching. Yeah, you're right. We don't. But here's at the end of the day.
I hear that a lot.
We love what we do. And this show and this broadcast and this, Off the Rails media, we love what we do here. Like, if we didn't love what we do, we wouldn't do it. And that's the whole purpose of what we are trying to do is we just enjoy doing this. Like, we enjoy giving each other crap all the time. Like, at the end of the day, when we walk out of this place, there's not one person that's mad at each other because
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Jarvis gets mad at me sometimes.
Well, but as soon as he walks out that door, he's done. I guarantee you.
He's just an angry guy all the time. I don't know
he needs to get some sleep. That's what it is.
Well, I mean, when you're old and you've got a child that's very
when you
young.
got to change the Depends before you go to bed. How's that happen?
I need to be changed.
Diaper for you.
Change the
diaper for you. Diaper for me.
I'm out of diaper cream. So mad right now. Who took it? Weston.
Sorry, Weston. I had to have some.
Took it from the baby.
Sorry, Jarvis. I couldn't help it.
So let's move into some sports talk right here, Zach. What do you got for us?
Well, I mean, it just, I don't know, maybe poetic justice that as we're doing the show, Pujols hits another home run, and where's he at? He's at what?
694.
694. Here's my hope, and it has not happened yet. Why is he not in playing every single day?
Because Corey Dickerson's hitting 394 since the All-Star break.
And did you not see the graphics that they put up for Pujols since the All-Star break? He's number 2 pretty much in every statistical category that there is.
Yeah.
So once again, I'm pretty sure Dickerson is not number 1.
Well, no. No, he's not.
So, I mean, here's the thing. Let him get his home runs. You have a six game lead on top of the Brewers. Why would you not want to be doing this? Why? What is the point and purpose? You're winning with him playing.
You can't play him every day.
Why?
Because you can't.
Why?
Because
he's DH. He's hitting.
He doesn't hit the righties very well.
Really? Once again, did you not see the graphic?
I'm pretty sure he just hit a home run off a right-handed hitter or right-handed pitcher.
Why? I don't get it.
I don't know how many he's hit in his career off right-handers. I don't know why are the splits even important?
No.
Why?
Hey.
Why are the splits that important? I mean, are we going to say the chances of when it comes to hitting and what you can't take into is the human element? Right. Analytics, or oh well, he doesn't hit lefties or he doesn't hit righties very well, or he doesn't hit whatever very well. Okay, great.
On the third Thursday of even months,
he doesn't
when
hit,
it's a full moon, whatever. Let him hit.
Or let's talk about the 113,000 percentage velocity at the 112th angle of the. I mean, good God, I heard that last night. I'm like, oh, that got out of the ballpark. The fastest of the whole history of baseball. Like, who in the heck ever recognized that in the 1960s and 70s? Like, nobody ever recognized that in the 70s or 80s.
Because Google knows everything now.
My goodness, I'm so tired of hearing that crap.
Here's why. Here's why I bring this up. Okay. And it goes into the future of the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. So, right now, who is the face of the franchise for the Cardinals? You're probably looking at three guys.
Oh, yeah.
Waino, Molina, and Pujols.
Sure.
Okay? Now.
The face or the future?
The face right now.
Okay.
Momo.
But who are you looking to for the future? You're looking at two guys, Goldie and Arenado.
Yeah.
So at some point, Molina, Waino, and Pujols, they need to ride off into the sunset. Okay?
Yes.
To me, if I'm Pujols and Waino and Yachty, the perfect ending is we do this together. The perfect ending is when Waino and Molina break their record together as for the battery, and Pujols gets to 700.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
That day. And so my thing is, for the future of the program, if you are Ollie, if you are, Mo and DeWitt, why would you not just say, hey, if Pujols gets to 700, it's probably a lock that they're all going to step away. Or now you have leverage to say, boys, it's time for you guys to go. We're gonna pass the torch to Goldie. We're gonna pass the torch to Arenado, and then now we're going to rebuild.
But as amazing of a hitter as Pujols was in my generation, he left. Mm-hmm. So I never can say that he is the face of the Cardinals for the last 20 years, because he's not been. No, he spent 10 years in Anaheim, 9.5, whatever.
I know.
And then half a season for the Dodgers. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's disappointing for me, because I remember watching Albert as Albert when they didn't say, well, there's a righty coming up the pitch. I hit ball very far. And he did. And he crushed it. So I look at somebody like Molina has been a constant behind the plate when he's not hurt. But, talk about guys who played a position that's as grueling as a catcher, and he's never switched position. Now, he's played first a couple times. Just
pitched once.
But he has been a catcher where guys have transitioned, like Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer was a great catcher, but because his body was kind of breaking down, he started becoming a first baseman designated hitter.
Right.
Yachty's never said, they've never said, well, Yachty, we're going to put you at first base.
Right.
Or we're going to DH you. Number one, he's not a great DH. Matt Carpenter would have been a better DH. Well.
Got to read that 0 for 17 since he came back from the time off.
From the foot?
Yeah.
Well, he's not doing too hot, but again, it's his last year, and Waino's a different story for all of them.
But I think the biggest thing when you look at Yachty and you say, okay, he's 0 for 17 since he came back from his time off.
I thought you were talking about Carpenter.
From his time off being over.
No, Ron Rhodes, we're not.
So, but when you look at that and you say, but what is the impact that he has behind the plate?
Right.
What he is doing behind the plate with those pitchers, I don't think has any regulation on how he's 0 for 17. Now, I do believe that maybe we should DH for him at some points.
You're not going to put a pitcher out there.
Well, unless you're Waino. But he hasn't hit in so long, he probably forgot how to. But the problem is you can't afford to not put him out there in the lineup almost every other day, if not every day.
Right.
Because his impact behind the plate is unbelievable. Like, it's unreal.
But just going back to everything, yes, you play all of those guys, but I think to bookend and just to go out and say, hey, you know what? The three guys, we're the three amigos doing the show tonight. Mm-hmm. Those three amigos can go out together, and I think all you're waiting for is that, like we said, Waino and Molina getting their record together, and then Pujols getting 700. And if that means Pujols needs to play every day for now until the end of the regular season, then he needs to do that. Because if you are Mo and if you are DeWitt, and what you have always done is that you're ready to move on to the next phase, like they had already have done with Pujols, then now you say, here's pass the torch over to Goldie and over to Arenado, and then hopefully now you get another younger core coming up with Jordan Walker, Wynn, Carlson, whoever else you're going to be. That's going to be a part of the franchise going forward.
So I'll bring up a topic here. I was watching Sunday Night Baseball, and they were talking about what the Braves have done with all of their talent. And we have criticized the Cardinals in the past for signing guys like DeYoung for long-term deals. Wong got a long-term deal when he would have been under player control.
Right.
DeYoung the same way, and right now DeYoung, we're saddled with his contract because baseball contracts are guaranteed.
True.
The Braves have locked up a bunch of their talent for 10 plus years. They've given them a lot of long-term deals instead of going to arbitration, letting them go to free agency. Now, what it becomes is, in case people don't understand how baseball contracts work, so instead of giving them $30+ million a year for however many years, when they hit free agency, when they've gone through the arbitration stage, they'll sign them now for a long-term deal, which takes away their arbitration years, right, and then it goes into their free agency years.
Right.
They're not paying them $30+ million a year. They don't have to worry about the average annual value contract each year, and so it's kind of a team-friendly deal.
And they're getting them during their prime.
Right.
So it's not, hey, we're going to wait till Chris gets to free agency, but because he went to college, and so he got drafted at 22, and then he's not up into the league until he's 25, and then he starts his contract, and now he's not eligible for free agency till he's, 30, 31, and then he's expecting this,
7 year. Yeah, you're not getting it.
You're not getting it.
No.
So you get the best value,
great value,
right, during their prime, and then when it gets to the end of the contract, have you performed, have you not? And you can say...
Well, and here's the crazy part about it. I didn't realize this until I was watching the broadcast. Like, they're like, we don't have the no trade clause because we're telling these guys that we want them to be here. We want to sign you to an 8, 9, 10-year deal. We obviously want you here. It's not like we're trying to move you.
Right.
So they've got.
But they did the same thing with Wong.
Okay.
And what it winds up happening.
All right. But we're okay. Ronald Acuna Jr. or Colton Wong.
Oh, no brainer, right?
Austin Riley, Colton Wong. You substitute Paul DeYoung for any of the guys I would name.
Right.
Okay. There's center fielder who's a rookie. I think they signed him to a long-term deal, and that dude can rake. He was batting ninth, and he was 3 for 3, 4 for 4 Sunday night. He can play.
Yeah.
And that's why they can move Acuna out of center field and put him in right field.
Yes.
They have 6 position players locked up on long-term deals. Right. To me, I believe you should do that and then sign your pitchers to just, hey, you want to go test the market? Great.
But what do they just do?
What?
That allows them to do this? They just won the World Series.
Yes.
So that allows them. That's why
they signed 2 of those guys before they won the World Series.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is the fact that they have so many guys wrapped up for the long term, it's because they just won. And so now it's, for them, let's strike while the iron's hot, while the players strike while the iron's hot, and while everybody is right and mentally in a good state. Because when's the last time they won? It's
95.
been a while. There we go. It's been a while, right? And so
they beat the Cleveland Indians.
Right.
Not the Guardians.
The Ians.
Indians.
Yeah.
Indians.
So for them and their franchise, it had been a while. And
Couple
so
years.
now they're basically playing with house money.
Yes.
The Cardinals, I don't think they have that. You're never going to have that luxury because you are always expected to win year in and year out.
No matter
and
what.
You're expected to, well, we want them to produce a roster, a successful roster. They're going to spend money and be in the top 10 to 15, range of teams, but they're obviously seeing things differently than us.
But I would look at it like, okay, if
and they probably got them as draft picks, right?
Well, some of them where they sign international signings, like
Well,
I
there
think
we go.
Acuna is.
There we go. There's
is
something
one.
we don't do.
Not like we should.
Nope.
So
Why? 'Cause it's money.
Oh yeah, but if you look at, to me, the model of baseball, if you don't want to tank every year, then I once I get guys that I think can play, I'm going to sign them. Jordan Walker right now, I'd sign if you think he's that damn good. That we had a chance to get a generational talent in Juan Soto, who has a higher the OPS at his age, 23 years old. The top OPS is like Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, Juan Soto, and you don't trade Jordan Walker, unproven commodity.
But I thought it was Carlson that was untouchable in that deal.
Either way, they wanted Jordan Walker too.
I know, but what I'm saying is,
right?
But
the guy still hasn't been moved up from Springfield to Memphis.
So my question is how come we didn't sign Carlson to a long-term deal? How come we didn't just go ahead and sign Walker? They might wait till Walker comes up and then do it. But I'm signing Dylan Carlson. I want to lock these guys up and make them again. Talk about Cardinals for life. If you really think he's that damn good, sign him.
Right.
And just put it to bed. Put it to bed.
They did. Right. I mean, like, let's use Wong.
Okay, Wong's a Gold Glove second baseman. I'm okay with that. DeYoung is not a Gold Glove shortstop, and he sure as hell can't hit his weight.
I know. Hey, DeYoung falls
times.
into the category of Piscotty,
Sometimes.
Richick, those type of guys that they still gave those contracts to beat arbitration.
So the question is did we evaluate the talent like we should have to give long-term deals? No.
There's the key.
Randy Flores.
There's the key.
Randy
freaking. Not by the time they get into the majors. That's not Randy Flores. That's Mo.
What about Greg Holland?
Well, he once
we
again
didn't
1 year
draft
deal.
him.
Yeah,
But what do we do?
That was a waste
Spent a
of
lot
money.
of money on
1 year
him.
deals are fine because it's a 1 year deal. The money comes off the books. That's
and for that year though. For that year it sucks.
Try it. Well, you try.
Experiments.
Try for a year. Right?
Makes it
But here I go one step further, right? So why is it that year in and year out that we see what's happening with the pitching staff? Look at Quintana,
yes,
and then look at Montgomery, right? So great pickups, exactly what we needed, right? We were talking about this on the show for the trade deadline. This is exactly what we needed,
right?
And ever since then, man, we have blossomed and we played really, really good baseball. But here's the thing, and you go back to, Chris, you go back to the whole scouting department. Why don't we get those guys in free agency? Why does it take trades and losing commodities? Why aren't we drafting those guys? Why aren't we picking those guys up in free agency so we have them for an entire year?
Randy Flores.
You think? I don't
Scouting?
know.
He's in charge.
But they're obviously seeing something, but they're waiting until the deadline to do it.
Right.
Is it because they don't want to offer 12, 15, 18, whatever the case may be? Is that why they're going to say, we'll wait till the trade deadline for somebody to shop them? But why don't we do that beforehand when it's our guy with our money rather than having to give away or trade away commodities?
Because it's my money. I'll use it whenever I want to.
Well, that could be true.
All right, JG.
Could be true.
Well, we're going to table it for a second, and we're going to take a quick break here and pay the sponsors, or get the sponsors their time.
That's right.
They're probably wondering why we haven't put it, if they're watching. I don't know.
Well, they're not, because it's not live right now, Chris.
That's right.
Oh,
They
it's
will
not?
be watching.
You are and have been watching the Coach's Box. We'll be right back.
I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. Now, it might not get me there any faster, but hey, it gets me ready for football. Let's tailgate.
I can't go anywhere.
But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you.
When you cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Got a big appetite? Join us at Case & Bucks in Barnhart for all-you-can-eat soup and salad every day of the week. All-you-can-eat Mexican on Mondays. Kids eat free on Tuesdays. All-you-can-eat pasta on Wednesdays. All-you-can-eat meatloaf on Thursdays. And all-you-can-eat fish and shrimp on Fridays. Enjoy our Feed the Crew special on Saturdays, which offers a large one-topping pizza, a pound of wings, toasted wraps, and a large salad, only $29.99. Like our Facebook page and see our full menu at caseandbucksbarnhart.com.
Hi, I'm Fran Tarkenton, Hall of Fame quarterback and founder of Tarkenton Financial. And this is my good friend and partner, Brian Waits, founder of Waits Financial Services.
Thanks, Fran. At Waits Financial Services, we believe in educating our clients, providing courteous service, and helping every person we work with create a winning game plan for their retirement.
Retirement is a lot like football. You need a solid game plan and great teammates in order to achieve success. That's why I started Tarkenton Financial, to help educate people about their choices and connect them with advisors I trust. And Brian is one of my trusted partners.
I'm here to help you meet your financial goals, minimize your tax burden, and ensure that you have income guaranteed for life. Let's get to work on your retirement game plan.
Call Brian Waits at Waits Financial Services today. You'll be glad you did.
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com. No time to eat in? No problem. Don't feel like cooking? We'll do it for you. Need wings for your party? TJ's Bar and Grill has got you covered. TJ's is a local mom and pop establishment in Peevely, Missouri, known for their own homemade pizza sauce, barbecue sauce, and their famous TJ's wing sauce. Open 7 days a week, they are family friendly, biker friendly, and locally owned. Come by or order by phone with your credit card at 636-475-3648. TJ's Bar and Grill. We're glad you stopped by.
You aren't looking for a cookie cutter experience with your agent. You are looking for someone who is going to go above and beyond or think outside the box. You are looking for someone who is going to be there for you no matter what, and someone who is going to walk you through the entire process. My name is Kelly Kaufman with Gateway Real Estate, and my passion is the people I work with. Real estate is personal. A home is not just the four walls, it's the people who live there and the memories you share. That's why I focus on the people I serve and make them a top priority throughout the entire process. I'm there for you. No matter what your budget is, no matter where you are, and no matter how long it takes, I will be there with you every step of the way. If you are looking for an agent who cares about you and will do everything to make sure you are taken care of, give me a call, 314-221-6090.
A question about my listing price?
Updating listing to Lizard Heights.
No, listing price.
Wizard Kites.
Can I talk to a real human agent, please?
Make Vacations by Michael your first choice for adventure. So call Michael Hicks today, 314-496-6122.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to our final segment of the Coach's Box. A couple things before we get going here. Just want to remind everybody that you haven't seen it, and we're posting it because time is short. I mean, time is short. It's like 9 days left, I think, by the time you guys are watching this, to enter for our Cardinals tickets drawing. Now, listen, if you're one of those procrastinators that wants to wait until last minute, that's fine too, but just don't forget to do it and be like, oh, bruh, can I go ahead and enter now even though it's late? No, you can't, because we are drawing on September 7th, so you cannot waste any more time. You can enter as long as you're 18 years old. Your significant other can enter as long as they're 18 years old. Make sure that you do that. Don't jack around. Don't waste time. Wasting time is stupid. Okay? Make sure that you guys enter for these tickets. If you like all-inclusive tickets and drinks and food and adult beverages, then that's
and
what
fun.
you and fun. And a lot of fun, because you get to go watch the Cardinals play the Brewers. I mean, it's
for free.
It's for free. You have a chance to win these for free. It's a $150 value. All-inclusive tickets on Cardinals rooftop.
Can't win?
And
Zach, you cannot win.
And
what?
The way I'm looking at the 5 days off,
your perspective,
that could be when Wayno and Yachty break the all-time record.
The battery record?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
There is. The way I looked at the calendar the other day, I think it is right on depending on a rain out or maybe a reschedule because of that, but it's within a day or two of that possibly happening. So, you could be...
Or Pujols hits another home run.
Or could be 700. Could be
never know.
So there's a lot of things that could be in play there. So, I mean, you wouldn't want to miss out on being an opportunity to watch that battery record with 300.
All you got to do is put your damn name, email, and phone number.
Yes.
And
hit
then
the red subscribe
and
button.
wait, and then hit subscribe. That gets you your.
Does that cost me to hit subscribe?
You know what? It doesn't cost you anything, Riley. I know you're kind of cheap.
I am cheap.
Pepsi man.
Cheap,
but
cheap,
you know
cheap,
what?
cheap.
cheap, fun. And that's all. It's all you have to do. So make sure you do that. If you have an iPhone, you can subscribe to. Hey, listen, if you have an iPad somewhere in an Apple account and you don't have an iPhone because you're one of those people still on the dark side, go ahead. You can use your iPad. Subscribe to Apple Podcasts. Done. Just like that.
Got it.
Get you some more entries. Sure. Follow us on Twitter. Get you some more entries. You can get like a bunch of entries right off the bat. And Zach, after doing the math, how much does that cost?
Nothing.
Not a dime. Zero. Big time. Zero. Riley's going to show us right here. Go ahead. Throw that back up there, Riley. Look. Hand gestures.
Even 0 times 0.
0 times 0 is 0. And he even knows that. And he went to school in Illinois. So I'm just telling you how easy that is. Oh, yeah. Trust me. Geography lessons abound here.
As long as I can get to Canada, I'm okay. To Alaska.
Through Canada by boat. Taking the same route that Henry Hudson did. What happened to him, Zach?
I don't know.
Did he make it?
No.
Oh,
he died.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot.
I'm pretty sure he's a popsicle somewhere out there. Still find him maybe out there. Wait, global warming. No, he's gone. It's gone.
So, well, speaking of warming and tempers,
good segue.
You like that?
Sure.
See how we do that? You set him up, and knock him down.
Maybe you should interview for the 101 ESPN morning
that
show
would be
job.
Cool.
Hey, hold on a minute, Zach. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
So we've been trying to tell Chris that'd be a great segment for him to be on. What was the name that you thought of?
I was being an ass.
I know, but I think it was very clever. My personal opinion. What did you say it was?
Well, hold on, time out. Is it politically correct?
Yes,
Did you read the group message?
I did. I forgot it somewhere.
Oh, okay, Jarvis.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Oh, go ahead, Zach. Read it for him.
No, go ahead.
All right. So Chris would say he would call his show.
No, it's not my show.
Oh, yeah.
No,
it would
it's
be
not my
Chris
show.
Miller's show.
No.
Not Riley Blair.
Sorry,
not
Randy.
Zac McVey. Chris Miller. Randy and the Redneck in the morning.
Randy and the Redneck.
What?
Who's the Redneck?
That'd be me.
That might not be Randy.
That'd be me. I don't need a show. I already do a show that nobody watches.
Exactly.
So Randy,
I haven't done one in a while, so I'm just. There's been a lot of other stuff going on. So
Redneck
So, Randy, if you're watching tomorrow night or Tuesday night at 7 p.m. and you want to partner Randy and the Redneck every morning,
so.
That'd be great. That'd be a phenomenal show.
I tune in.
Randy Carricker did beat me. I called in and did trivia.
Last year.
Yeah, it sucked.
I remember.
I do too.
We all listened.
I know.
We all
at the first question, we're like, how did he not know Tebow? And they're like, it's all downhill after that. But hey, it was fun.
Well, you guys, when you're on the spot like that, it's a little different pressure, okay?
Oh, so what you're saying is he puckered up a little bit. He's not a PT peer. He puckered up a little bit. Man.
Wow.
You're on the spot trying to think. I mean,
on the spot. Yeah, we got it. We got you. It
just tells you how many years he's been out of the classroom, because when you're teaching, you got to be on the spot every day, every second of every day.
I see. Yes, I'm seeing how
I can't wait till you have discipline issues in your class, Zach. But it's going to be like, you know what? Mr. McVey doesn't like you.
You know why he doesn't?
He doesn't like you or your face.
You know why
he hates you.
Hey,
he hates you. You know what? I think it's. No. Hang on. I'm not done.
Hey, he has no cell phones in his room, so he doesn't have those issues.
No. Oh no, they can have cell phones in his room.
Hey, he messaged me all the time, and he's like, "Why aren't you answering?" I said, "Because there's no cell phones in the class."
I didn't ask you why you're not answering. I sent you a message, asked you why kids are running around the hallway supposed to be in your class.
Yeah. Well,
because they don't have their cell phone, so they got to find something to do.
I just wanted to go for a walk.
I was running.
No.
But anyway, talking about the next topic.
Are we doing a show? My bad. I thought we were just joking around.
We're just having a little fun.
Well, here's I want to get your opinion, because I don't know. I wish Jarvis was here too. Does the hypocrisy of the NFL know no bounds?
No.
Oh gosh.
Okay, right. Deshaun Watson. Well, 11 games, $5 million, but you're going to be okay because you're a franchise QB. Apparently, somebody thinks that, right?
Yes.
The Cleveland Browns do.
But
it's a big but.
The punter for the Bills gets his accusation.
Yeah.
And he's gone immediately. Mm-hmm. Immediately. Aaron Donald doesn't take one, but two helmets from the Cincinnati Bengals and just starts swinging. And, no, because it was at a practice, it wasn't in the game, that's not under the NFL's purview. That's the team's responsibility. The team's responsibility to dole out the punishment. Are you kidding me?
Are you asking me that?
Yes, I am.
Silly.
Hey, Zach.
Yes.
I'm not surprised at all. Have you not watched the NFL and how things have played out? All you have to do is start with Ray Rice and just go forward from there. Just push play on the VCR and just let it play. Let the tape play, and you can see. I already said I think Roger Goodell is Satan reincarnated. He could possibly be the Antichrist. He is that terrible of a human being. How do you let these people even remotely think that they can do what they want to do? They commit heinous acts. And it's like, well, wait a minute though. He's a quarterback, and he can make us money. So we're going to let this go.
Who does he make money for? Right. The owners.
The owners.
So
who's in charge of who?
Roger Goodell. That's the thing. So it's not Roger. It's the owners.
No. It's Roger Goodell, because at the end of the day, you do the right thing.
Right.
It's what, as I'm telling kids when they have discipline issues, like, did you do the right thing?
Kind of like take out a loan, pay it back yourself. Don't make me do it.
Man, that's a hot topic.
Wait! You're shying away from that, really?
I'm just saying it's a hot. I stated the fact that it's a hot topic, Zach.
We'll wait for that to do it live so we can get people's comments.
Sure,
that would be good.
But Roger Goodell is the worst human being on the face of the earth.
Wow.
Okay?
No. I'm pretty sure the people that were committing these crimes...
No, because he apparently is okay with it. It's okay. Hey, Deshaun Watson. Hey, just go ahead. Just touch some more people. Just do some other stuff. Just touch. Just a little touchy touch. A little touchy touch. It's okay. Hey, he's got great stats. He's got great stats.
1 year of decent stats. On a 4-12 team.
No, his stats. I'm talking about the other stats.
Oh, the other stats. Sorry. Okay.
I'm just... He lets that slide, and it's like, oh, okay, well, it's not a big deal. 11 games. 11 games for how many women, Zach?
22 at least,
20.
if not more.
At least, I think it was 23.
Yeah.
23, maybe more, that we know about. And he settled with all of them. Now, wait, he's got the money to do that with because he didn't lose any money from last year. He was on the physically unable to play list or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah,
it's basically the list of you're a terrible human being, but we're not 100% sure what we're going to do with you. So you can't play, but you're going to get paid.
Yes.
So he made money and didn't do anything. He sat on his couch and watched games like all of us did, and he made 200 and however many million. I don't know. Whatever. It was ridiculous. And then
That's this contract he signed.
yeah, whatever. He made last year. Made a ridiculous amount. And then this time around, it's like, well, you're going to get suspended for 11 games, but you can start coming back after this many. Hey, are you kidding me? It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And for the punter, I would sue every person who gets a terrible suspension from the NFL. I would sue just like the people who are suing Anheuser-Busch because they said that Lime-A-Ritas and the Ritas didn't actually have tequila in them, and they didn't mark it on there. I would be like, Roger Goodell is letting this clown go for all kinds of crap that's worse, and there's a lot of smoke in his fire. I haven't been proven guilty of anything. The punter from the Bills, I don't even know his name because he's a punter, and nobody knows. But he hasn't been proven guilty of anything. There's allegations. Somebody calls somebody and says, this guy raped me. Great. Allegations. Now we're going to have to bring him in. The Bills are like, yeah, we don't want none of that, man. We're just going to release him.
It goes back to...
Deshaun Watson's getting autographs from little kids.
Yeah.
There's female sports reporters that are reporting on him, and they're talking about him like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Really?
How does this not fit into the whole Me Too movement, the whole woke
I don't know.
agenda?
I'm not a female. Because if I was a female, I'd have a big effing problem with it.
Yeah, big time.
Okay?
Totally agree.
And anybody that I've talked to who is, they're like, why is this even happening?
Why is it allowed?
Why is the NFL? Hey, what is the NFL doing? Are they bringing more women in to watch their sport, or are they running them away with their absolute hypocrisy and sexism?
Well, I totally think that's what's happening.
Is that it? That's all you got?
I don't.
I thought you were going to elaborate there.
But I go back to. Go ahead, Riley.
No. You're
well. I go back to. Is it or is it just
Caught
a bunch
me
of?
off guard.
Is it just a bunch
You're
of
welcome.
lip service? Because whether it's the NFL,
Which part?
I'm going to explain it to you. The
Oh, okay,
NFL,
my
or
bad.
go back to the WNBA. Right, and Bill Burr, if you know him, the comedian, you got to listen to his shtick on it because he's a professional comedian, and so he puts a funny take on it. But he's like, hey, the whole WNBA, this whole thing, who ruined the WNBA? The women did because they didn't show up to any of and support the women's games. So don't sit here and tell me that you want equal pay when you don't show up to the game. So it's the exact same thing with the NFL when women are going to show up to these games and they're going to spend money. They're going to spend all that money on all these tickets. They're going to go, concessions and
Beer.
merchandise and beer and
and fruity drinks,
right?
And hard liquor.
Never.
Yeah.
No, I know a lot of women who drink hard liquor.
Instead of saying, hey, you know what, here's a line in the sand, or here's some conviction, and then say, no, we're going to boycott. I mean, say what you will about Oakland. At least the A's fans have a little bit of conviction, and they're
they're going to lose their team probably either way, so it doesnn't matter. What do they have to lose? Oh, the team that's not getting a stadium or whatever. It's like whatever. It's nice to know.
Are they still paying for soda? That's what I want to know.
Great. That's a great question. But the whole thing is I talk about hypocrisy too. I mean, look at the you brought up the females who aren't boycotting. Okay, no, wait. I'll make this statement. You want to boycott a president? I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat. You want to boycott a president. He's not my president. I want to leave this country. I want to do this. There's these bold declarations. And you mean to tell me that there's a guy, a male, who's done all
heinous
of this
acts.
stuff.
Yeah.
these sexual assault charges. It's not just by like a handful of people. The number is in the 20s.
Right.
So you can say what you want that they're trying to exploit him. No, they're not. There's actually something that happened. Okay, where are those bold statements? Where are those people at? Why aren't they coming forward and just saying, hey,
how come they're not standing outside of Cleveland Brown Stadium?
Where's
whatever,
the picketing at?
Where's that?
Yes.
Where's those protests at?
Yes.
Where are those? Like, hey, we're gonna go march right over to Jimmy Haslam's. I think that's the owner's name of the Browns. We're gonna stand outside of his residence and we're gonna tell him how terrible this is. If you guys are the city of sadness or whatever the hell factory of sadness, great. You're the city of sadness too, not just a factory. City of sadness and rapist or whatever you want to call him. Why don't you go to that guy's house and why don't you show exactly how you feel about it? No. Because it's football. It's the NFL. And Deshaun Watson can help us win games. That's, again.
What do I always say? What's the phrase? Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Well, apparently it is because they're just rolling with it. Hey, you had Baker Mayfield. You can say what you want about him, but Baker Mayfield
won you games.
He didn't go out and do anything like that.
But he won.
He won.
I don't know. We'll see what he does in Carolina. I really hope he does great.
I hope he comes out.
I hope he wins the Super Bowl.
I hope he comes out week 1 and just flat 450 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, well, they ain't going to have him because he's in Carolina.
I know, but I'm just
Who's
saying,
he even throwing to?
I don't know.
There's nobody there to throw the ball.
It would be great, though. It would be great.
It would be. But, again, this is why I have a hard time even watching football, paying attention to football at the pro level. I would rather watch college football. I'd rather watch high school football. By the way, in a couple weeks, you can watch Between the Lines. Just Friday night.
That's it. Just Between the Lines. That's
Between the Lines.
Friday Night Football.
Friday Night Football.
Friday Night Football. Between the Lines.
St. Pius in Grandview.
Yep. At St. Pius.
St. Pius. Military Service Night.
Military Service Night.
That's right. We're going to honor the military over there.
Between the Lines.
Between the Lines. Between the Lines. That's right. I got it, Zach. See, I didn't butcher it that time.
You had help. You had assistance.
You shut your mouth. From now on, you're going to send us in, take us out. It's all you.
Nope. Yep. I do enough as is right now.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Teach you how to use the board, and then I'll do play-by-play.
He's carrying the load, baby.
You want to try that?
Nope.
Want to take a bet?
Nope.
That'd be the wager.
What would?
I don't know. That you can run the board, and I'll do play-by-play.
Nope.
Why?
I'd love to see that, Zach.
Running the ball.
Hey,
all you
have to do is press button 1.
Hey,
button
if I
2.
do it, we're not going to have 15,000 cameras. We're going to have one camera. That's it.
We want great value over here.
Well, you know what? We can have great value with one camera.
Get out.
Just follow.
Just like Aaron Donald only needed one helmet, not 2.
Great value, so he's got 2
helmets.
2 helmets.
And he's not
one for the. He's like Doc Holliday.
Exactly.
I'm
Huckleberry.
One for the.
Oh, shoot.
Hey, I think Aaron Donald has some anger issues.
Just a tad.
Just a little bit.
Just a tad.
No.
So. Gosh, that's great.
So who's the other moron that says, "Hey, here's an idea.
I'm gonna hit this.
No. It goes beyond that. Let's schedule the Super Bowl teams in the preseason."
Yeah.
And then an even better idea. Let's have a joint practice together. What? Hold on.
Okay.
Moron. It was probably somebody with Josh Gordon, but Josh Gordon's suspended. So,
I was hanging out with Josh Gordon. Had this great idea.
Yeah.
Hanging out with Josh Gordon.
I was going to play in the NFL.
But
I didn't.
I got a question, though. So, Misha comes out with we're switch over to high school sports now.
Hey, be careful.
Okay.
So, go ahead,
do you got Misha on speed dial? Because I hear that this show is very anti-Misha.
Oh, man.
I've heard through the grapevine.
Just bashing them left and right.
I mean, it's like...
That's all we do.
It's all we do.
Man, might as well call it the Misha bashing services.
Oh, man, we should make that the show.
LLC.
It's like anti-Misha.
Whatever.
Yeah, it'd be great. So
we bash them so much.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have to agree with them. I think that Misha does a lot of stuff that's very positive. but whenever they make rules I don't agree with, I'm not some kind of just like sheep, lemming, whatever you want to call it, that just says, okay, I'm going to go with it and not have my own opinion about it. I think they're dumb. I think a lot of them are dumb. I really do. I think a lot of them are really good. I think there's some really, really positive things to protect our high school athletes, and I'm all about safety. I know that, again, talking about trolls, it's like, well, bro, you're not even worried about safety, man, because you'd let those kids out there practice. No. I want the kids who've been doing crap for however many weeks.
For the last 6 weeks.
To not have to take a step back to wait for little Johnny over here like it's freaking No Child Left Behind and it's 2004. I don't give a damn about that kid. He didn't come out and play. Let him catch up to the kids who've been doing something.
Oh.
Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong, Zach. You're over there laughing at me.
Equitable.
Piss on that. There's no equity in education. There's no equity in sports. There isn't.
There's not?
No.
Woo!
No.
It's getting deep in here.
No. And when you start trying to do that,
off all your clothes.
Riley over here, stop. We're not beating it.
Hey, what are you talking about? You were talking about turning people on earlier in the show.
I was quoting a song now.
Oh, okay.
Was that it?
Well,
David Bowie song.
I'm sure there's some song out there that he was quoting.
Beat it?
What? Just beat it.
Well, yeah. So my point is what? Again, talking about rules that I think are stupid. I just think that the district assignment's coming out this stinking late.
Yes.
Cross country's not even out
No,
yet.
next Friday. This Friday.
Wait a minute. Cross country isn't out? I didn't even know that.
I know somebody had asked. He said, "Hey, what
This
district?"
Friday.
It's a fall sport.
I know.
Friday.
Last I checked,
The 9th, I think.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks.
the
Yeah.
9th. I don't know. I wish I knew.
How many meets have they already ran?
Well, it
One.
just started.
This started last
Saturday.
week.
So you ran a meet. You have no idea where you're going to go.
No, they have Pius has their first one tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, there were several meets this weekend.
Yes.
And they have no idea.
Festus won theirs.
Yes.
Yeah?
They did. They did.
But again, you're having contests and you have no way.
Before even know where you're
That's
going.
the stupidest
who you're gonna
thing
run
ever.
against. Like,
If you're going to do like
Who's hosting? Because I'm
Yeah.
not the cross country guy. We'll talk to him. Riley
Riley coaches cross country.
Wouldn't you want to maybe go to a meet or see the course before you go into districts?
100%. And I also believe that, I mean, if I'm, and there's a lot of schools that are on that, maybe that verge of maybe being a class 2, 3, or a 3, 4, or maybe, a 5. So
Or a 6.
I personally believe that, and when you look at it, the whole scheme of things, when you put out a schedule where you don't know where you're going to be even running your district race at, because it's very, very important of where the course is and what it's like for you to prepare your kids for that race. Everybody knows what the state meet is like, but if you don't get out of districts, you don't even get to experience that. So at the end of the day, you want to know where that rate's going to be at, not necessarily who's in it, because honestly, it's the best of the best anyway. But you prepare your kids for that race on that course.
Are there hills? Is it flat?
Yes.
Is it whatever the variety of?
Is there
terrain?
opportunities for maybe a lot of turns where you got to use tangents and stuff? So
That
there's
sounds
different-
like math.
There is.
I'm not good at math.
Yes. So there's a lot of different avenues that you look at, but at the end of the day, like what? Why are you making those kids be set back from an opportunity to be able to? So when you make your schedule, you make it way before your season starts. You don't just last minute, well, I'm going to race in this race and this race and maybe that race, and I'll go there after the seeds are put out or the district alignments are put out. No, you've already scheduled it. So you may have to drop a race to go to somewhere else because you got
I'm sure
moved.
there's a fee associated with that.
Yes, there is. I'm sure there is. I know there is. But, so it just, the whole point of everything is it's really tough for athletic directors, for coaches to say, hey, I want to put us in this position because this is what's going to give us the best chance to have success in district play or in the state. So there's a lot of opportunities that I feel like you're making the decision for coaches and athletic directors a lot harder. And, there's a lot of decisions that we make as coaches that people question all the time. But
oh, really? Do they?
But I mean, is it every single day that we get a phone call from the athletic? Well, little Miss Johnny's, mom says that you didn't play her kid, so we're gonna suspend you for 3 days because you didn't do her what she wanted. No, that's the same point I'm talking about. It's like that's our opinion of what she thought. She thought we should suspend us for 3 games because we didn't play her kid. Well, that's the same thing as we think that Misha's decision to do this is crazy. It's not like we're bashing Misha. That's just our opinions. Everybody has the right to their opinion. We're not saying they're a piece of crap or they're whatever. It's a tough decision to make. Now, that could change next year. That could change next week. That could change next month. Who knows? Like, it's just the whole point of the whole thing is it's very difficult to schedule, to make efficient for the best opportunity for the kids. And I feel like that's where the frustration lies with coaches and administrators is you have to change so much on a short amount of time.
We've talked about it quite a bit.
Yes,
and
we have.
How difficult it is in all sports when you're trying to, if you want us to seed a certain way, and then now we find out so late in the game about our common opponents or head-to-head matchups, those mean so much in district seeding that now it's hard to do that. I mean, you're playing a guessing game, and it's extremely difficult to get a school to pick you up for 1 year.
Well, see, to me, and that's another thing that I think needs to go away of these multi-year contracts,
right?
And then the idea that hey, you're going to have to you're going to have to spend hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars to break said contract.
It's not happening, and the reason it's not happening is because everybody wants the home contest. So I've said it before. I think the only way you can fix that if you want to do do a 1 year deal is to do a coin flip and say coin flip for the home game up until the point where you've lost the coin flip a lot. And it's like, hey,
but then you run into,
and then you're going to have to sign your 1 or 2 year deals, and
you run into what we did in 08, 09, 010. What we had to run into, which was, sorry, we're not traveling because of gas prices and buses and this, that, and the other. And so, I mean, money.
Did that happen back then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think it's happening right now? The economy's in great shape, Zach.
When more schools are, and this was on the national news.
The economy is in great shape.
When more schools are going to, and this is national news, not local, going to 4-day school week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'd say no.
The economy's in great shape.
But here's the thing.
We're building back better.
You say that.
That's what they say.
Zach, and at the end of the day, like, I personally think, if for instance, basketball, we get a chance to play 26 games. Okay, so they tell us now it's 26 games. They don't manipulate how many tournaments we play or how many regular season games, blah, blah, blah. 26 total games we can play in. So if you're an athletic director and a coach and you don't know what district you're going to be in, or you don't know maybe who your opponent's going to be in as far as districts, do you leave 2 or 3 games open until the districts come out? No. And then you say, oh, well, let me go try to find an opponent that I can play in my district. And I firmly believe that here's the thing. Do we not do that for the – and I know there's a lot of coaches and ADs that maybe leave a game or 2 open for that opportunity. Hey, I want to play against a district opponent because I want to give my kids the best chance to have a head-to-head competition, which in the way they see things now, it's head-to-head is the most important thing in the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And if you have a head-to-head competition, that means more than any common opponent, because any common opponent might be, well, I didn't have my 2 starters that night, but it doesn't matter. They beat you by 20. I beat you by 5. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, then you're the better team. No, maybe on that night you were, but you didn't have, your top scorer, or you maybe didn't have your best defender, or there's so many avenues that, but when it's going head-to-head, there's no say in this or that. Hey, you just flat out beat me. Yeah, I didn't have my own employment, but you beat me. It is what it is. Put it on the table and let's go with it.
Beat them.
Yeah. Straight up. Off. Beat Delete them. Off.
Not on. Off.
Jason, don't talk about it like that stuff. Oh, wait, he's not here.
He's
Sorry.
not here. That's safe. So, anyway, I feel like that's something that we can table for another time.
Yes, I agree. When the rest of the crew is here.
Yeah, I want to get the take of everybody else. So, with that being said,
what a wrap of episode 120.
This
120.
This is the troll episode.
It is.
It's definitely about the trolls.
It is.
We love them.
And you know what?
I love them.
One of the most important things
the
is
ones with the hair
and the jewel in the belly.
Yeah.
Or the ones that live under a bridge. One of the two.
Hey, but this is episode number 20. Case and Bucks live here at Case and Bucks in Barnhart. The last full week of C&B Grub and Pub here
that we
Barnhart.
know of.
That could be opening up back up as Case and Bucks. We don't know.
We're Smoking Brothers,
but it could be something different. So,
Smoking Brothers C&B.
If you are not doing anything, come in here at Case and Bucks in Barnhart for the last official night of C&B Grub and Pub. And to meet Dave and coming in and party with Dave and the whole crew here at Case and Bucks for their final night as owners of
I'm glad
C&B.
Jarvis is not here because O'Neal just hit a home run
again.
Yeah,
cool.
Hit a home run.
O'Neal.
It's the
gonna
group
be no,
messages.
Well, let's
no
just see it.
living.
Let's hear it goes.
There's going to be no living with.
It's all right. So
Yay! It only took till
I know, right?
End of August for him to do what he's supposed to all year.
Couple things to remember.
Way to go, bro.
On Thursday, we will have a new episode of On the Move with the Caravan football preview with Jim Powers. We'll be covering recapping Week 1 games and highlighting some Week 2 matchups that Jim has picked in the St. Louis County, St. Louis City, and Jefferson County areas. So that should be a lot of fun. We will not have a broadcast this Friday night. There will be no Between the Lines Friday Night Football, but pick it up the following week, and there will be. So, also, if you have not already entered for the Cardinals tickets, we can't say it enough that there's only a handful of days left.
Yes.
Because if we continue to say it, you're gonna run out of time.
When you watch this show tomorrow night, Tuesday night, you will have 8 days. 8 days.
Yeah, there's a graphic. Nobody can see your hands.
8 days. 8 days. I'm going to get my signs.
Are those gangster signs?
No, they're just signs. That's just signs. Signs. 8, 3.
Illinois. Southern Illinois gangster right here. Just stop.
Shut your mouth.
Wearing the red. Your blood.
I'm wearing the coach's box.
Whatever.
On that.
What are you talking about?
All right, and for all the guys here and for everybody who's not.
Look at that shirt.
That's right.
Look at that shirt. Made this
you need
shirt.
These shirts. Call them.
That's right.
They're not a sponsor.
But
they should be.
They look at that shirt.
That's a big Jim thing. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in and watching this episode of the Coach's Box. We will see you guys with another episode live next week, hopefully with everybody here, depending on how things go. We're all coaches. We all have busy schedules, but hopefully until then, you guys stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you all again. God bless.
Thanks for watching another rib-tickling, gut-busting, epic episode of The Coach's Box. Please like, share, and follow.